What's going on, guys? I wanted to give you a class review of Anthony Wang's Painting Faster and Painting Better at the 2018 Adepticon. I took this class because I wanted it to be, paint faster and paint better, right? Good clickbait kind of title there. And it worked for me. So I looked into Anthony, Grandmaster Wang, it turns out, because he has won the Grandmaster of the P3 painting competition. So I was glad that the teacher was seemingly very qualified. If you look him up on, I think it's called Putty and Paint, he has a really, really nice World War II bust that he has done. And let's get to it. So we started out the class with a value study of just some basic geometric shapes, and I haven't done that in a long time, and that really never, like, I used to do that in drawing and oil painting classes, so that never really clicked that I should be thinking in terms of volume when painting miniatures, and he really stressed that. So it was a pretty big, felt like a big kind of awakening. Very interesting. So after we all did that, and he helped us with our value studies, which some people struggled with more than others. Not saying anybody really did great, but not everybody's taking like a life drawing class or a drawing class or anything like that. So this is the model that he demonstrated on. It's a little dwarf butcher. Now, it was only, you could tell, he was talking about directional priming, kind of like zenithal, but not all over the top, but just one direction. So if you can kind of, I have paint on now, so you might not be able to see, but there's not the whole, here, look on the pig. And not my light that I paint under is really bright, but you can see on the side here there's no white primer that got even on the side, but on above there is. So that was interesting. I never heard of like directional priming. I've heard of zenithal, and I thought you just do, black then gray and then white from above, but this was just black with just white from one direction, and everything else is shadow. So it gives your model some kind of drama, or I guess mood lighting, kind of it makes it pretty dynamic. So we just worked on the little blue jacket here. He demonstrated with this little jacket, and he did it green, and everybody basically just picked a color, and then we kind of alternated doing warm and cool highlights and shadows. It got pretty advanced, which I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was a lot of valuable information for the money. If you're a very, very new beginner, you may need to at least pick up an art book, like an oil painting book or a colored penciled book from Barnes & Noble or something, or Amazon, just because, or even just check out YouTube videos of maybe like some still life painters, because there are some things like warm and cool colors that I don't think a lot of like miniature painters just for tabletop are gonna really pick up on, and it can be confusing until you have done it enough. But so we practiced basically just glazing, painting with tinted water, kind of right over the white and black primer. And I got a little thick, but it was pretty amazing because he did it in, this isn't his model, this one's mine, but he basically, like, in just one like swoop, and because of the undershade of just the white and black primer and a really nice consistency paint with just one mid-tone, one highlight, one shadow, and it was already looking like it could be done. And then he took it to a second and third highlight and a second and third shadow to really make it pop. But I think if you just did it with one highlight, one shadow, and a nice thin paints over the primer, you would be very impressed. I don't really know how to set it up to be able to try and demo this for you, but I just wanted to say, if you have a chance to take one of Anthony Wang's classes at a convention or Adepticon, I don't think he has a YouTube, I haven't found it if he does, I don't know why painters don't have YouTubes, because I feel like they would get more clients and stuff, or they could get Patreon money or something. But anyway, I give it a, I don't know, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. The only thing I wish is in his demonstration, he only got to the jacket, and if the class was maybe 15 more minutes, I really wanted to see him demonstrate again on the pig. So it would have been nice to watch him, do the jacket, we try the jacket, then he does the pig, then we try the pig. So however he could squeeze that in, whether the class be a little longer or maybe a little less time on the value study, I don't know. It was really valuable though, so I wouldn't say it was like, there's a lot of information. And also, side bonus, he actually emailed all the materials that were on his little slideshow to us. So for taking his class, we got the little slideshow plus the first-hand experience. We got this model, a little wooden block, which is cool. So we got a little model to remember, that we practiced on. And then I happened to win this. Right, he did a little raffle for like the 10, 12 people that were in the class. And I won this lady. So she's a pretty cool 28 mil metal miniature. So highly recommend the class. If you see a class by him at a convention, definitely give it a shot. Hopefully the volume on this is okay and not totally unbearable. My next video, or a video coming up, I took another class that I wanted to review for you, and I don't want to totally butcher the name, but I believe it's Matt DiPietro or Pietro. I'll have to look that up. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you're thinking about taking classes at Adepticon or any convention from these painters, I highly recommend it. I only took 2. I wish I took 4 or 5. The value was there for sure. They were only like $20, somewhere around there, 30 maybe, and just can't recommend it enough. And I feel like it just clicked a few extra buttons on hopefully improving and getting better quickly with some new techniques. I'll be implementing it right away on I think some Imperial Guard. So hopefully you'll see me putting it into practice soon. If not, then oh well. Alright, talk to you soon. Bye.